You can tell that I'm in my country phase right now. I find that during the spring and apparently this year into the summer too, I'm really in a country phase. I'm not sure if it's just that I've been missing home or what. I grew up on country music, and Brad Paisley has always been my favorite country musician. So that's probably why I posted Somebody Knows You Now this week. Now that being said, it's probably his least country song that he's written. It's a lot more jazzy than the other ones, and also a lot more. I don't know if interpretive is the word. Most of his songs are like the ones that got big are pretty much all love songs, and they're usually songs that are kind of more upbeat. Yeah, it's always about like the woman, like, oh, she's everything. I thought I loved you then. Um, he's got really cute love songs, but then he also has like a bunch of songs that get pretty big that are just about like, oh yeah, summer, or um, or yeah, we're gonna go fishing, or we're all gonna go to the riverbank, and yeah, it seems like those are the songs that usually get big. The one that I posted a few weeks ago is Love Is Never Ending, and for some reason that song is, I just find it so powerful. It really evokes something of the transcendence of human love. I just think it's so beautiful. I'll link that one in the description as well. But this week I did another one that's pretty unique from his from his music, which is um, Somebody Knows You Now. I think it's a pretty haunting and beautiful melody. It's not particularly country in my opinion. It seems more jazzy to me. He definitely dabbles in jazz. He's a great musician, so he can kind of do it all, I suppose. I love Somebody Knows You Now. The first time that I heard it, it was just not very, it's not as catchy as some of his other stuff, so I was just kind of like, oh, I guess that's okay. But once I actually listened to the lyrics, it's quite beautiful because you don't really realize until the end that he's not actually with the woman that he's talking about anymore. And it really it really drives home a point that I think is very mysterious and interesting about human needs. Because it's like at the start, he's talking about how, like, oh, I know you've always wanted somebody who knows you inside out, and now you have that. And of course, that's what a lot of people think when they're in a relationship and they're very happy in their relationship. It's like, oh, this is what I've always wanted. And so at the start of the song, you're thinking, oh, it's just like a love song where he's talking about how much he loves her. And then at the end, you find out that that they're not even together anymore, and that, as he says, "You and me is history," and so they're not together anymore, and so he knows her so well, and he's thinking of her, but from her perspective, I mean, she doesn't even interact with him anymore, and so. So it's really interesting that then when he finally says this, like, oh, we're not together anymore, but somebody knows you now. Like, feel like as you're going about your life, feel a little warm inside knowing that somebody knows you now. And it made me think, uh, you know, usually I think we want somebody to know us so that we can interact with them and actually be with them. But there is something very powerful, even if you're not with somebody anymore, just knowing that that you're known. And I think it's also, it goes along with, in studying psychotherapy, one of the human needs that I've heard come up over and over again is needing to feel seen, needing to feel known, needing to feel understood. I think all of those are connected. And it's like we want those things even apart from the consequences of it. We still want to be seen just for itself. Now, ideally, we would like somebody to see us and accept us and, you know, be in relationship with us. But even just knowing that somebody knows you or sees you or understands you, that's powerful even when you move on from that experience. And I think that happens a lot with mentorship, it happens a lot with romantic relationships, it happens a lot with just like, you know, your parents. Um, and so I I thought I was thinking about this, and I wasn't planning to bring up Aquinas every week. It seems like a lot of you guys liked that I pulled out the Summa last time. So and something occurred to me that I thought is interesting. So hear me out. I'm going to talk about the Summa again. The other day, I was at a comedy show, and some comedians were giving me trouble because I had my I had a spiritual book with me, and I was like, I didn't think much of it, but they were looking at my spiritual book and they're like, "You're religious? Like, oh, you're so gullible, and like you would believe anything. Like, would you join a cult too and all this?" And like they were just giving me a hard time, and I honestly don't mind when comedians do that because the thing is they're just looking for a laugh. I think that they know that the comments that they're doing that they're saying are pretty ignorant. Um, but that idea that it's like that they think that that I'm just like gullible and that I would be using religion as some sort of crutch because I'm gullible about it or something. It's like, I do not understand. Like, I've gotten to a point where it's, I don't get that at all. Or like when people talk about religion in general being like a crutch or a comfort or just something to like bring you outside of reality and you have to be gullible to believe in it and all of that, it just seems so absurd to me because it's like, what is comforting about religion? Like, I am a naturally lazy person. I have like the worst part of me has always like hoped that God didn't exist so that I could stop having religion, so that I could sleep in on Sundays, and so that I could just like sit around and eat chocolate and not feel guilty about it. And then like, and like, yeah, when people talk about religion being comforting or something that you do just because it feels good, it's like, have you like, do you know what religion is about? Like with Christianity, for example, like there's stuff you gotta do and it's not fun. Like you have to go around being a good person and you have to like try to be good to other people. And like, have you been out there? Do you know people? They're really annoying sometimes. Anyways, rant over about that. But that being said, so like I don't I don't really understand the whole religion being a crutch thing. Like I know that it's like people who are, in their intellectual ivory towers are like, "Oh yes, religion is the opiate of the masses and it makes it so that people don't have to think for themselves or question realities that are threatening to them or whatever." It's just like, I think I think that there are a lot of other opiates that are a lot more pleasant than religion if you can do that. But uh, but that being said, this week's video and that idea of being seen and wanting to be seen, wanting to be known, wanting to be understood. I was thinking about that it is really powerful when that happens from another person, even if you're not connected to that person anymore. And so one of the really powerful things about religion is well, at least the Christian religion, is knowing that yes, there's a God and that God knows you. And so it's not just that another person knows you, it's that God himself knows you. And so it's like the same thing as if a person knows you, except that it's God, so that makes it infinite. And that blows it to infinite proportions. And if you can actually, like, to me, I can say that right now, and I don't understand it. Like, I know that it's true, but I don't understand it because I can't fathom infinity. And I often don't feel emotionally connected or experientially connected to that reality that like God knows me and actually sees me. But then, yes, by faith, I know that that's the case. Like there's a scripture verses about about how like you can never hide from God's love. There's a beautiful psalm that I'll link in the description too, where it's just like, yeah, it's like, where can I run from your love? It's like, no matter where I go, even if I'm in like the depths of Hades, you'll still be there. There's nothing outside of the all-seeing, all-knowing gaze of God. So there's like an experience, there's a certain degree by meditation on verses like that, or verses like when Jesus says, even the hairs of your head are counted, something like that. I think a lot of people do find that really comforting. And if you can, like, meditate and lean into verses like that or something else that sort of awakens that reality for you, then it's true. Religion can be very comforting. And so in that sense, I suppose you can use religion as a crutch at times, you know? I personally, as a lazy person, often experience religion as a crutch that's like prodding me around, you know, like someone else took the crutch and is like, "Go, Molly, get out of bed," you know. But then there's there are real moments, at least in the spiritual life, when religion actually becomes a comfort, and it's real grace when we can let that actually sink in and when we can access it. And so that's what really struck me about Somebody Knows You Now, that it's like, it really just is a basic human need that we all want to feel seen and known and understood, and that we matter, and that the impact of that is real, whether it's God and infinite, whether it's a human being that we still know and love and get to interact with every day, or whether it's somebody from our past that just really came close to us for a period of time and came to know us really deeply and intimately. And even if they're gone now, it's like somebody knows you now. That's a beautiful thing.